So this is replay of Mark and Gary and I playing the new Haunted Heatseeker game mode that came out today. And I thought I would explain what the heck we're talking about when we say Frank. Mark doesn't want any kind of, blame for our system, so he's asked me to leave him out of it, but Gary and I developed a fairly foolproof system to dominate this game type 100% of the time, no matter what. And at the heart of this system is Frank. Now Frank, before Mark jumped on this evening, Frank was an enemy player, that we had come across, and eventually he became part of our team. He even partied up with us and we played for a while. Frank would have, at the end of each match, roughly 0 points. And we couldn't figure out at first, like, why does this man have no points? What is he doing? Who is this Frank? And why is he so bad? But what we did not realize was that Frank had discovered the way. I didn't say it was a foolproof way, but it is the way. So if you just take a quick peek here, yeah, there's Mark there with 0 points. And that might sound like, wow, Mark. So that's technically a kickoff, I guess. Wow, Mark, what are you doing? Why do you have 0 points? But if you look at Mark out there. And so what we've developed is basically a positioning system, right? And it's not like it's revolutionary. I mean, it's pretty revolutionary. I think the naming conventions are very revolutionary, but you can see left-hand Luke there kind of employing what we would typify as classic Frank behavior, right? So let's break it down. In the backfield, in the goal, Gary's playing goalie, goalkeeper. And at this point in the match, I believe actually I switch more forward, and so at this point right now we have Mark playing the midfield role, out playing the open field. I like that role a lot. But it was an honor and a privilege to step up into the most coveted role, the least point-havinous role. Like that goal? That guy would have blocked that if he hadn't jumped over me, you know what I mean? Frank is the demolisher, the ruiner. Frank is the bump in the night. Frank is the player that disrupts the enemy team. And it is an honor to be your team's Frank. And at a certain point in this match, I think it's the last goal actually. Win or lose, Frank. I think it's the last goal of this match. We pull what we had been referring to as a double Frank, but this team, they were great. They were good sports. They were another club, and we had a lot of fun chatting up with them. Gary was getting a little bit fanatical. Let's not say fanatical. He was very zealous and very enthusiastic in his love for the way of Frank that we have developed. And yeah, let's pause here. Actually, I think if I up. There we go. Perfect. Let's get up here where we can get a good view of this. Now, we've been calling this maneuver the double Frank. In which, the double Frank means that you abandon the midfield completely, and you only have a goalie and 2 Franks. Now, this double Frank was so effective that the other team piped in and they said, wow, a Swedish Frank, if you will. And since then, we've called it the Swedish Frank. So let's take a look at this really nice Swedish Frank. Now, it's not a delayed kickoff double Dutch Swedish Frank, but it's still just a beautiful, beautiful example of the Swedish Frank. So Gary's going to remain on goalkeeper here. And if you notice, immediately, 2 Franks. Boom. We're in your backfield. What up? We're going to touch you with our cars. And, Gary puts up a valiant effort. And then boom. Demo. Boom. Demo. Look at that. And that ended the game. That was it. So, hopefully at this point you'll be able to understand our fervor, our zeal, our devotion to Frank. This is the way. This is the way.